Hello everyone, it's Lisa from Arcane and Stellar. So today's reading is going to be a timeless reading, by the way, so if you come across this later on after I posted it, it's okay. You know, you're meant to be here when you're meant to be here. So today's reading was a request. I don't have my phone on me with me, like it's charging in another room, so I can't say thank you to the specific person right away, but I will in the description box. So you'll see. So thank you, and thank you just to everyone who's been watching the channel, you know, leaving me like positive comments, being supportive, following me on Instagram and connecting with me there. I really appreciate like the connection that this channel is bringing to me. You know, I'm not somebody with a ton of friends, so it kind of feels like I'm getting a friend group going, and it makes me happy. So, you might have noticed. Oh, by the way, for those of you that do follow me on Instagram and ask me for me to read your chart, your astrology chart, I'm getting to it. It just takes me 1 to 2 days to even kind of get into that, because it's, you know, a complicated thing when you go beyond, you know, just the signs. You know, when you're talking about rulers and the houses and stuff and making those big connections, it's something that I have to take a lot of notes for. If you can see pen stains from me taking notes and putting my thoughts together on paper. Yeah, it's a time-consuming thing. I also will be doing more astrology-related videos in the future, but they're going to be more in-depth kind of things where I'm going to have to do a lot of preparation. So those will be coming. But yeah. So also, I wanted to say a big thank you to all of those that have purchased things for the channel off the wish list. Really, really appreciate that, guys. I've replied to everybody who has so far and given them a reading in return, and if you do want a private reading with me, I don't offer those, but that's one way to get it. If you do go to my Amazon wish list and you purchase something off of there, no matter the price, doesn't matter, I will, if you give me your email, I'll contact you and we can set up some kind of reading. So that's a hack into getting a reading if you really want one from me. Because I can't say, you know, I can't, I'm not one of those people that can just let somebody give me something without doing something in return. So, 4 piles, how they act versus how they feel. So you might have a person in your life and you're just not sure what's going on with them inside. They might be acting a little bit differently than they are feeling, and it's always interesting to see this kind of view. So, you know, piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take time, concentrate on the person you know that you have on your mind, who you'd like to know more about, and then with your intuition, pick a pile that draws you in. You know, it is a general reading, so like always, the disclaimer, it can't fit everybody's situation. If it doesn't resonate with you, there are plenty of other readers, and then I think I might have another similar topic somewhere back in my videos, so I try to do some of these, like repeat them every once in a while to get an update. But yeah, there we go, guys. See you in your reading. Hey guys, so if you've chosen the citrine, pile number 1, this is going to be your reading. So let's see what you've got in terms of how they're acting versus how they're feeling. So for how they're acting, we've got the Page of Cups and the 5 of Wands. For how they're feeling, we have the Ace of Cups and the 4 of Wands. So interesting duality of fire and water energy here. Could be that, you know, they are represented by those elements in their chart. So it could be that, you know, they have strong fire and water placements, and or, you know, and it may not be the case. It just represents that there is a duality here of passion and emotion. So that's a good sign, usually. So how they're acting. With the Page of Cups is, okay, a little less evolved than the other. It represents like feelings that are a little bit less evolved than other cups, you know, members of the cup suit. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Like, for instance, like you see the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. They both have a heart that is, you know, lit up. This one hasn't quite it. It's still got a lock on the heart. If you notice, a lock around that chest area that, you know, indicates. And the same thing with the Knight of Cups. You know, there's not always the emotional maturity to back up, you know, what they're feeling. So, but, I mean, I would assume you know, and feel from this type of card, the Page of Cups, that your person probably does have, you know, a beginning of feelings. The emotions are being observed, looked at, and, you know, this can come out in the forms of, you know, expressing emotions in a flirty type of way, you know, having crush-like feelings. And along with the Five of Wands, especially in this deck, the Santa Muerte, it's like, you know, there's been a spark that's been lit in this person, and I feel like you have seen them show some interest, for sure. Probably like through flirting, is what I'm getting. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Flirting, but careful flirting, because there still isn't quite action going on yet, like anything too crazy. You know what I mean? Not anything too forward. So that's the kind of feeling I'm getting for that. Let me just see if perhaps we can get some more messages here about the way they're acting. Transform. So emerge from beauty and grace from your cocoon. Maybe they've been acting a little bit more interested in you lately. Let me see. How is Power Number One's person acting? Music. There's a melody to be heard in the deepest part of the woods if we only listen to. For some of you, they might have been sending you songs recently, and you're kind of like, does this mean something? Or they're sharing songs, and you're like wondering if it's meant for you. I have a feeling that it is something that they're, that they are trying to share with you. Oh my gosh, sorry. That fell down. Hope. That's interesting. Okay, so I don't know if this was actually, you know, it just kind of fell on the floor, but hope, an idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest. That's actually what this is about, this Five of Wands. It's about that spark before, you know, there's a spark lit for a new passion. So that's what I'm kind of getting here in terms of how they're acting. They might have been giving you little signs of, you know, that their feelings have been transforming. You know, I haven't pulled a past card, so I'm not sure how this person's acted in the past. But, you know, I would have a feeling that they are, you know, showing some kind of interest. For some of you, maybe they want to, you know, they've invited you somewhere recently with music, like a bar or, you know, a club or a concert, or they're sending you music, or they're kind of, you know, sharing something that you think might be directed at you. Just sort of like those little, but, you know, even if that's not the case, it's just kind of like these little clues that they're interested, that there is some kind of little spark of passion there, is what I'm getting here. I don't really feel anything negative per se, except for that I think in this type of situation, their feelings would be a little bit limited as a Page of Cups. Because, like, as I said in this card, if you look closely, the heart is still not opened yet. So they're not acting too, you know, passionate. I think really what you're gonna be seeing with this person and how they're acting is just that spark, that hint that's kind of making you curious enough to want to watch something like this. Okay, so with their feelings, what are their actual feelings? Great feelings, guys. The Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands. The Ace of Cups is all about, you know, new emotional beginnings, new emotional feelings, and overflowing, you know, type of potential. I feel like this person's really starting to, like, I feel like in a way that you're starting to open this person's heart a little bit more. You really are triggering something in them that's causing their emotions to really kind of get stormy in a way, like, you know, start producing. Because you see how she's you know, in this in this card, whether it's a he or she, I'm just saying she because it's a she on the card. See how she has so very little to work with, and it's kind of like looking at it, analyzing it, and now it's just sort of flooding. So I feel like, yeah, they're acting cool on the inside, but inside their emotions are just kind of like kind of like bubbling over in a way. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is all about creating stability with passion and starting something more stable, bringing more stability to something. It could be that they're wanting to create a more, because it's about the physical in a way, because it's about building a structure. If you've seen in other decks, you know, it's often about bringing structure to something, bringing stability to something, and their feelings and their passion are having more stability. Like, I feel like the spark actually wants to go somewhere. That's, you know, they want to take it further. So, you know, I'm not saying that they want to marry you. Maybe if that is the case, you know, if you're at that stage, they might actually be thinking about that. But for most of you, I think it's probably that they want to, like, solidify things a bit. It could be through, you know, finally having sex, or, you know, doing things like that. You know, getting together in some way. Let me see. I'm just gonna put that. This card stock is amazing, by the way. I'm just gonna say that. I love those cards. Let me just see. Okay, here. What are they feeling? Let's get some additional information here. There we go. That one wants to come out. Learn. Take a lesson from the owls. Deeply observe the night and you'll become a little wiser in the day. That's what I feel like kind of goes along with that. They are learning. I know that's for wish. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Oh, I love this. Okay, what else? Dance. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances to the moon each night. Oh, that's fun, because the Four of Wands can often indicate kind of like a celebration type of event. So for some of you, they might even be thinking about inviting you to some kind of event like that, like a wedding, or, you know, having you go along as a date. But I definitely feel like there's a wish for more of a connection on this person's end, for sure. Let me see. I want to take a romance angel card, but they're like... I should have grabbed those earlier before I started. I forgot. Let's just get a little information for how they're feeling. Wow, that was a bad example. These are being stubborn. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna take these heart-to-heart conversations. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah, they might be feeling like they want to open up to you emotionally now and share with what their feelings with you a bit. That's what I'm kind of getting here. Let's see. Because maybe if they feel like they open up to you, yeah, soulmate. They might feel you're finally igniting something in this person emotionally that makes them want to, like, tell you more and perhaps create some kind of, like, sorry, it cut me off, but I was saying that, you know, with this soulmate card, the heart-to-heart conversations, I'm feeling like, you know, even if they don't want to tell you outright, oh, you're my soulmate, I feel like they want to connect with you more, that they're feeling this, the feelings have become, I think, more stronger, and it's like I see that, you know, how they're acting and how they're feeling. I feel like it's, you know, they're feeling deeper inside than they are, but it's still young. The feelings are still a bit young, but it's overflowing. It's excitable. It's, you know, it's very positive what they're feeling for you. I don't know. I almost get the vibe that this person could be a little bit like of a joker, like kind of like flirtatious. Okay, let's see what else I have here. I'm just thinking, I'm not going to draw, I don't think I'll take any more cards. Yeah, definitely see a desire for more structure. Like I said, for some of you, this could be just like actually taking your relationship to the next level on their part. That's kind of what they're feeling. It could also be that they just feel quite stable with you as it is right now. And, like, I mean, generally happy feelings. I don't see anything negative here. They're feeling happy towards you. And it doesn't seem like they're acting too bad either. I mean, I would maybe a bit, maybe not as open as you'd like at times. But they're still kind of like, you know, getting to know you. And like that might be also some advice for you if you do want them to open up and unlock their heart a little bit more, that key. I would say, you know, heart-to-heart conversations. You know, engage them in conversations that help you get to know each other better, and see what they're really all about. If you haven't already done something like that, you know, maybe find some kind of, you know, activity where, you know, you answer questions or something, or do, you know, or just ask them more about themselves, and, you know, be more open and be open with them. Not that you aren't. I'm just, you know, giving some suggestions if you would like maybe some advice on how to change this. Maybe we should ask. Let's ask the Moonology cards, actually. I want to ask the Moonology cards if, like, what kind of action is this person going to take? Let's find out what action they're going to take. I know that's not in that wasn't my original plan, but I'm curious myself. Okay, what action is pile number 1 is the person going to take towards them? Oh, conclusions are within reach. Your hard work is paying off. I'm going to just focus on that first card. Sometimes this deck comes out with 2 together. I'll usually look at both of them, but I don't always pay attention to the second one. But conclusions are within reach. I do feel like this might be going somewhere. So I feel like they might say something to you. If you have been like, oh, when are they going to like open up and stuff? I feel like that there's a conclusion coming up for you guys in regards to this person, knowing more about what they're actually feeling. So, good. That's good news for you. If you want, you can let me know if this resonates. I'll just stop here and let it be. If you have any requests, let me know in the comments below, and I'd be happy to try to get them done. I still have some more to do, but, you know, I usually take a screenshot and try to incorporate it. So, I'll see you all in, you know, the next video. You know, I'd love to see you subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, see you guys. Hello, so if you've chosen pile number 2, this amethyst, this is your reading. So let's see what's going on with your person. We've got 2 cards for how they're acting, and then 2 cards for how they're feeling. These are interesting. An interesting combo. So how they're acting toward you right now. It's an interesting duality. The Star versus the Knight of Swords. I almost feel like it's off and on in a way. The Star is a very positive card, okay? But it isn't exactly a card of, you know, action per se. It's a card of healing, of hope, of reflection, you know, and that type of vibe. So there's a very good chance that your person's acting in a way that isn't communicating with you. But then on the other hand, Knight of Swords is like, you know, communicating like kind of aggressively and quick. So it's like, I almost feel like the way they're acting is like offish. Like, you know, they kind of like just disappear for a while, and then all of a sudden they come out of nowhere with a bunch of text, or, you know, a lot of words or something. For some of you, it could be an aggressive type of energy, like, okay, for some of you, that could be like an aggressive type of energy where they just come in and they're like, oh, by the way, you know what, blah, 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 blah. And then the other part of them is acting like they're, you know, trying to take care of themselves, you know, and maybe heal. For some of you, it may be that some of you are in a situation where you've broken up with this person, or in some kind of separation in some way. So yeah, I think that's going to be for a lot of you that choose this pile. But for others of you, if you haven't broken up, you know, it could just be that this person, and you know, it could just be that they are kind of off and on, just like, you know, they might contact you out of the blue sometimes, and it's like without rhyme or reason, sort of, you just not sure, and then Other times it seems like they're just hanging out with themselves, doing their own thing. So, how they're feeling. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Well, with the Five of Pentacles, it, you know, can talk about feeling put out by you in some way. Almost for some of you, I want to say, and I don't always say this with this card, but it could be that they feel... Okay, I have another storyline I want to say here before I move on real quick. It could be that for some of you, this person is healing from something else and you're a friend of theirs, and they come in with a lot of communication about their feelings and what they're thinking about. Like, as in, like, talking about their previous situations or what's hurt them in the past, sort of, and you're kind of like a shoulder that they can, like, you know, just like let it all out on. That might be for some of you as well. I wanted to point that out. And then I keep shuffling. It's a nervous habit. Sorry. Sorry if that's loud. I didn't think about that. With the Five of Pentacles, though, so for some of you, if you fit that previous description of maybe this person is trying to heal from something they previously went through, and they do tend to come at you with a lot of their anger about the previous situation or a lot of their feelings and thoughts about it. It could be that they feel like, you know, you're with them through the, you know, the ups and downs, that you've been, you know, there through them when they felt like kind of like left out in the cold by somebody, or, you know, screwed over in some way, or, you know, through the rough times. And that, you know, they have a feeling that they want to, you know, pursue something with you in a material way or in a stable way. But others of you, I feel like, if, you know, this is an ex, for instance, I feel like they've felt left out by you, that you've pushed them out of your life in some way, or that's how they're perceiving it. That, you know, like, poor pitiful me, nobody needs me, and, you know, it kind of could be like almost a pitying move, like pitying feelings for themselves in a way. And then we have that Page of Pentacles, which could be meaning that they want to kind of start again. I feel like many of you, like for some of you, it's like you could have lived with this person, and now you're not living together, and it's like they'd want to live together again. Like, you know, come back together. Let's see here. How is their person feeling? Oh, there we go. Reconnect. Yeah. Secret lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. Yeah. They might want to reconnect together again, like I said. What is their person feeling? Change. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. Renew. Wow, right here. Renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. That's funny. I feel like this person wants to fix things with you. That's what they're feeling. For some of you, they might have been telling you some of these hopes, you know, that they've been having, like, and maybe you're like, no, I'm not ready for that, for some of you. You know, if that's your situation. I feel like, you know, so many different people are going to have different situations, obviously, and be at different stages of your relationship. Listen to this. Oh, humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. They might be feeling a little bit humble. Maybe you made them feel humble. You know, even if you, like I said, for some of you, it's like you could have lived together, but it doesn't have to be that way. Like I said, these are general readings. It's just that I feel like you might have given them a dose of their, you know, like, you know, humble pie, you know, that they, you know, they got that dose of it, and they realized that maybe they weren't that nice. I don't know if they're showing that yet, though, with that Knight of Swords, because the Knight of Swords, especially in this deck, gives me kind of an aggressive feeling. They really want to say what's on their mind, and, you know, maybe not afraid of how it's going to come across. Let me just kind of take a Moonology card here and see what, kind of energy is coming up for the both of you. Because I did this with pile number 1. Even though it wasn't my original plan, I did this. So, I don't know, let's just see maybe what action they're going to take next or where this is going. Where is this going for those that chose pile number 2? Oh my god. So the energy is gaining momentum. Step out of your comfort zone. You're very close to achieving your goal. So, what kind of goal, I wonder? Well, I feel like the goal is to create some kind of stability. Maybe that's what you wanted from this person. Oh my god. Don't let pride get in your way. Maybe that's what you didn't want from this person. You were sick of their pride or something. Maybe that had something to do with your relationship, or imbalances that you may have had or something like that. Humility and pride. Like maybe they were too much of a prideful person in some form. And then you're kind of like, I don't need that in my life, being proud to being too proud can, come out in different ways. Too proud, to, admit mistakes, or too proud to, that type of stuff. They can be too proud to do a lot of things. So it could have been, a situation where they are feeling the humility now, and I think they're ready to give a better try. At least that's what their feelings are. And it does sound like if you're hoping for them to gain some kind of humility and kind of understand what they need to do, I feel like they're trying to, with that step out of your comfort zone, they're trying to, it's not comfortable the way that they're feeling right now for them. But I feel like if that was your energy, like towards the situation, what you wanted to manifest, I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like, it says you're very close to achieving your goal. So if that was one of your goals in like maybe cutting this person off in some way, is to kind of teach them maybe a lesson, and making them want to like kind of change maybe a little bit, have a little bit more humility. They are wanting to like kind of reconnect and rebuild. So that's what I got for you, pile number 2. If it resonates, let me know. And don't forget, if you want, you can always put down requests that you have in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get them done. And I'll see you all in the next video. Hey, so if you've chosen pile number 3, I think you have one of the most interesting readings from this reading, actually. And it's going to be an interesting one, okay? You've got the Fool, the Magician, the Sun, 7 of Fire, and the Star. I don't know if you'll be able to see that star so well, but crazy, like almost all major arcana. That's wild, like for real. So let's just start with how they're acting right now. We have the Fool and the Magician, the first 2 cards. And by the way, these are very shuffled. These came out when if you notice, when I shuffle, I don't pull like off the top. I shuffle and I wait for them to fly. So that's crazy that these 2 were together. That they came out like that, one after another. But with the Fool and the Magician, that's how they're acting. I feel like some of them might be acting as if for some of you, I feel like they're acting as if they're on a new journey in life, that they are fine, that they're, on their road to peace or something, that, they're just kind of, we had clearing, make room for growth. Yeah, they might be starting over from something for some of you. Like, I moved on, adventure, live on free. That's another thing. That was the other thing that was coming out to me. That's so crazy. That's why I like shuffling when I'm reading sometimes, because it confirms my thoughts. Another thing I was going to say is they might just be trying to portray a carefree, like, adventure-like, personality. They're showing you that they're cool, they are, free as a bird. They can do all kinds of different things, that, they're in control of their life, that they have all kinds of new things to do, adventures to go on, and, people to see, all that type of thing. And, that they're trying to maybe show off what they can, achieve in their life, their achievements with the Magician. That might be kind of how they're acting. It could be a little bit cocky at times. But it's not necessarily a bad a bad thing, okay? I don't feel like that is the case. Now, if it was like a previous relationship you're asking about, it could be that they are, and I feel like this is like, with how they're acting, obviously, it's going to be up to your situation. There's so many different people watching, but I see, you know, that's why I want to make sure that I tell you different ways, because you'll see which way resonates, so you'll know if the reading resonates with you or not, if you should even listen to the second part, you know, of what their feelings are. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. You know, if you've had a breakup, it might be that they're trying to act like they've moved on, that they're just clearing the past, that they're going forward on their new goals, they're in control, they've got it all, and they're just fine without you. You know, that might be the type of energy that you're getting from them. Now, if, like I said, if it's a crush or something, it could be that they're just trying to show off. They're trying to show off how cool they are, how adventurous they are. It's like the type of thing where they'll drive fast in the car for you, or, you know, which I hate, by the way, not a turn on. Or, you know, talk about what they've done or how cool they are. You know what I mean? That type of energy. So, how they're feeling, though. We have some great cards here, guys. I'm going to just move these over a little bit. We have the Sun, Seven of Fire, and the Star. So they definitely are feeling that you are, you know, a bright spot in their life. Someone that brings them a lot of hope and passion. Dance. We have dance. Allow yourself some fun each stage. This is the Sun dances with the Moon each night. Yeah. They might really want, you know, to spend more time with you, to dance with you, to have good times with you. Nevertheless. I feel a lot of hopeful energy here with the Star card. And because the Star card can represent what we hope and wish for. For those of you, and then we have Light. Look to the space between the trees for answers. Interesting. Because we have a lot of light in these cards here. The light of the stars, and then kind of like all this little light flickering around. And then the Sun, of course. I feel like, so if you fell into the group of those that have been broken up with this person and they're trying to act like they moved on, I do feel like they're trying to heal something. They might be wanting to heal from the situation. If it was something where, okay, this talks about nonconformity, doing what you want. The Seven of Fire is about nonconformity, about doing what you want, no matter what anybody says, having the passion to go after your dreams and really pursue them. For some of you, it might be that if that were a problem in the past, like a hindrance of your relationship, that maybe you couldn't go forward in some way because of, you know, maybe they were listening to other people's opinions or there was something holding them back. I feel like it might be something that's changing for them. Because I do think they feel you as somebody that's, you know, almost like an answer to their prayers, I want to say. Hold on. Let's see. Where did one forward now? I don't think so. Oh, there we go. There it is. I knew one flipped over. Strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. Oops. Kindness. Okay. Strength. So I'll just stop with these and I'll go to something else. Yeah, I feel like this person does have strong feelings for you, a deep connection. It might be hard to, if it is a breakup, they're having a hard time getting over you because the roots are so deep. What more should we know about this person? The only problem with like the Star in particular, well, but the Seven of Fire seems like to be an action card. The other two cards don't feel so action-oriented, but we got prosperity as ahead, new moon in Taurus. Let's see. Oh, no. Jeez Louise, I'm just like dropping these all over. You You know why I think I get so many messages for pile number 3? Because it seems like it's often the case that it's one I get a lot of messages for, but it often seems like a very popular pile. And I think that might be why, because for some reason this pile brings in a lot of different energy. Yeah, we had step out of your comfort zone pop out. Don't let pride get in your way. So pile number 2 got that too, those cards actually popping out for them. And so I'm almost wondering if this person has in the past, even though they feel great about you, there might have been some interference. We have a time for healing. So for those of you that have been in a relationship with this person, I feel like they're still healing. Even if they do feel warm feelings about you and they want something new, there's still a time to heal for them. And that, you know, you can have a good future together. If, you know, as long as this continues. Because I do feel like you have a strong bond. There just has to be some kind of something going on with them. You know, they have to grow more or do something to completely be ready to kind of jump off that cliff like that, you know what I mean? Kind of jump into it, dive into it, not be scared of the repercussions in some way. Let's see. And what about those like that are in that situation where it's like more of a crush or somebody newish? Believe in the impossible. Yeah, maybe this person isn't quite sure if it's possible, because a star can be about as well in those type of situations where maybe, you know, it is a new type of person, or it's maybe a connection that just hasn't gone like anywhere like big. You know what I mean? Like anywhere serious, and it's still kind of new. It's just like you might even, it could be an energy of either person, like believe in the impossible. It might be that they feel like it's impossible to be with you, or you feel like it's impossible, but it's kind of like you should believe that it's possible, because it is. Let's see. Anything else? Don't let pride get in your way. That came out twice, actually, because that kind of came out earlier, too, when I dropped the cards. Yeah, this person might be worried about what other people think for some reason. There might be something there to that. Let's just see really fast. I'm going to take one. Sorry, I'm going to just take one romance angel card. Hold on, let me clear that. Yeah. Unrequited love and make the effort. Wow. Okay, so with that impossible card, for those of you where it's either way for anybody's story, it could be that this person feels like you don't really, maybe you're not going to actually, because they see you in such a hopeful light, like the sun and the stars feelings. It's just like beautiful feelings. These are very positive cards in the deck. They might feel like, you know, they'd have to make more effort to actually get your love, because you're not so easily won over. You're too good for them. That type of energy. And that might be like for those of you where they are maybe showing off and stuff and trying to kind of like put the hints out there that they're badass. It's kind of like that might be why they're trying to make such an effort like in this. And it may even come off like kind of stupid or annoying. You're like, why are they acting like that? For those of you that have had a previous relationship with this person and it was like kind of a, you know, like a breakup, and they're acting like they're going to move on, it's like I get that feeling that like we had deception there. So I don't know if that means anything, but to some of you, it might be a situation where they still have a lot of healing to do, and they're not even sure if it's possible to get this back. Like it would have to have a lot of effort. I feel like they're getting ready to make, like that they're ready to make such an effort, possibly, but they might not, because they might feel like as if the feelings aren't reciprocated, and maybe they're not. Some of you might just be watching this because you just want to see what's going on with them, right? But you're not like actually ready to get back together with anyone. So, like I said, it's kind of a different story for different people. I feel like it's gonna play out a little bit differently for each of you, but I hope you found something that you resonated with in it, that can maybe help you understand your person more, and kind of like how they're acting versus how they're actually feeling. And yeah, if you liked the video, you can give me a thumbs up if you'd like. Subscribe. I'd love to see you around. You can always follow me on Instagram if you want to get in contact with me and stuff like that. I mentioned this in the beginning in the intro, but people might not have seen it. But, you know, I don't do private readings, but if you do get me something off my wish list, I do tend to, well, I will get you something off. I will give you a reading in return, because that's how I work. But you just have to make sure you left me your email so I can get in touch with you. Yeah, so that's what we've got for you guys, and I hope to see you all again on the channel, you know, commenting. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you very much for, you know, giving me your time and your trust. Take care, guys. Hello, so if you've chosen pile number 4, the last pile, this is going to be a reading. So let's find out what your person is thinking versus, or, I mean, sorry, how your first person is acting versus how they're actually feeling, okay? Sorry. Interesting. These were some interesting cards that came out. We have the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands. These represent how your person is acting, okay? And then how they're feeling, we have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. How interesting. Like, huh. Well, how they're acting is, there's a lot of fire here. So for some of you, this person could be a fire sign, but either way, if they're not, they're very, I feel like there are a lot of sexual feelings towards you. They probably really like you a lot in that way. I think we can pull some cards a little bit more later on to kind of see what this is. I feel like for many of you, this person could be somebody that's just come out of a heartbreak. I don't feel like it's with you, though. It could be, the Ten of Swords indicates somebody who is, you know, at the ending part of a cycle of pain. You know, things have gotten as bad as they could be, and they're about to be over with it. But some people can dwell in this a little bit longer by being really protective of themselves, really cut off, emotionally blocked in some ways. And I almost feel like there's a duality with this person here, with this Ten of Swords, Ace of Wands. It's like you almost feel like they're over it, and maybe they are to pursue sexual relationships, but not really over it to do anything more than that, okay? And you might see this behavior and wonder, can it be something more than just like kind of, you know, this big, you know, early stages of passion that I'm getting? For some of you, I feel like that could be it, because you might feel like there's blockages to the emotions in some way. It's like you get some of them, but then not quite all, because I feel like there is something that's blocking them. Let's just see here. I'm going to ask, can I get any more insight about how they're acting? Any more insight about how they're acting? Origins. The night. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. Yeah, I almost wonder if this situation has been something where they've been seeking comfort to get over something previously, even if it's not sexual, like, you know, relationship. It doesn't have to be that you've gone anywhere farther than that, you know, than just talking and friendship. But it might be, you might be a comfort to them right now, and that's kind of like, you might be taking their mind off their pain a little bit. And for many of you, it's kind of what I'm feeling. Let's see. Anything else about this? Renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. Yeah, you might be a way of them trying to renew themselves. You know, get over some kind of pain. You might, if they haven't been in anything previously, it might be that, you know, they might be a bit depressive in their life, and it's like they'll come at you and talk to you about kind of their ideas. Maybe they've been opening up about some of their other things. Maybe not their emotions, but about other things in their life, kind of their goals or dreams, something like that. Sharing some of their passions with you, sharing some likes with you, like, oh, you want to play this game together, you want to go watch a movie together, or, have you watched that, have you listened to this, you know what I mean? And you're kind of like, I don't get them. It feels like they're blocked off, but then they're kind of sharing things with me, talking with me. You know, is this something? We have origins, remember your roots. That's popped out twice. So, remember your roots. For some of you, it could be that they've gone through something in their family life that has caused them pain recently, and you're kind of that, like, again, that shoulder for them. We had a risk fallout. Learn to grow wherever you're planted. Oops, and retreat. Huh. So maybe it's like, I'm not going to take any more of these, but, well, we have risk, learn to grow where you're planted, and retreat, spoil yourself in the morning mist, breathe in nature's sweet scents. Well, I don't know, perhaps there is something risky about this, but I guess that would be it for some of you. If you're, that's up to you. But with retreat, I do have a feeling that this person kind of, like, might have depressive spells where they kind of, like, just pull out sometimes, you know, and, like, just sort of back off, and they don't quite open up yet, okay? So that's what I'm getting for how they're acting. I'm not going to, like, elaborate anymore on that. So you can let me know if that seems accurate to you. And if it doesn't, this might also feel accurate to you. So what do we have for their feelings? Well, we have the Knight of Wands and Page of Wands. This person sees you as a, you know, good time. There might be a slight age gap between you guys, maybe not too big. But I don't think that matters to this person or anything. I just was noting it. That what I'm seeing, you know. I feel a lot of, like, energy, you know, passionate type of energy here. They like you a lot. But I'm not sure if it's, you know, if you're hoping for it to be love. I'm not sure if it's quite there yet. How are they feeling? I feel like they want to spend more time with you. Get to know you more. They like you. How are they feeling? So that's a good sign. How's their person feeling? These are taken 20. Oh, there we go. Sorry. We have strength and resilient. Something about this card actually stuck out to me, and that's funny that those came out, because I was kind of looking at how this Page of Wands seems a little bit more careful than the Knight of Wands. So they might be... I feel like this person is definitely interested in you, especially in, like, developing the relationship more. But they might be a little bit scared still, a little bit. I don't know. This Page of Wands, like, I wouldn't say that with all Page of Wands, but that's the vibe I'm getting off of this one. And a Lover's Tarot. Let's see. How are they feeling? Oh, wait, hold on. How's this person feeling? Okay, no, these came out earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't shuffle it good enough. Let me shuffle it better. I don't think those are going to come out for you guys. Okay, there we go. I feel better about that. Okay. Okay, we have this could be the one. Oh my goodness. Well, we had healing family issues. So that could be, for some of you, worth waiting for. Those keep flying out. Let me just see. How are they feeling? Take one more. Keep an open mind. Yeah, I feel like this person wants to get to know you more. That they're trying to... I think you're helping them in some way. Heal some issues that they've been having. It doesn't have to be a family issue. It could be really anything. It could be a previous relationship. It could just be, you know, general depression or feeling down about something. You know what I mean? I just feel like you help them heal in some way, find their spark again. But it's like they might be acting like they go through these really depressive states or negative moods or kind of block themselves off. And then it's like every once in a while this pops out and they kind of show you something. And then you're like, and then they take it back. Is kind of what I'm getting. And it's like they do want to, like, move forward, but then there's still that kind of like, I don't know if I should or not. I feel like they're trying to keep an open mind. I feel like if you keep talking to this person and trying to, you know, make it go further, it could go somewhere. So I would continue kind of being that person for them, because I do feel like there is something going on with them. If you feel like that's healthy and normal for your situation, of course. If it doesn't resonate with you so much, maybe not. But I feel like many of you, this could turn into something good here. Let me just try to see if we can get a Moonology card. Let me just restart my camera. And let me shuffle these good. I want to shuffle them 3 times. And one more time. Okay. Message. Wow, okay. You and your loved ones are safe. Any other messages for pile number 4? Those that chose pile number 4. Messages about their person. What's going to happen? I don't know if any more want to come out. Sometimes they just don't want to. Okay, nothing is yet set in stone. You and your loved ones are safe. So this, I think, situation still has a chance to sort of go a different way based on your behavior is what I'm getting. Let me just do one more. The win-win outcome is forecast. Well, interesting. It could be that nothing is yet set in stone in terms of this person's behavior. You know, with the aces, it can always be about potentials and stuff like that in the beginnings of something. So it could be that, you know, this behavior isn't permanent, that they're just going through something that they'll get over. And eventually it's all going to kind of balance itself out. So if you have, like, it felt like they're blocked, I feel like, you know, it won't remain that way forever. I think with, you know, you trying to help them heal or something, or, you know, just helping them be there as, you know, a shoulder for them to lean on when they're feeling bad, that's really important to this person, you know, and I feel like they're worth waiting for you, if, you know, as long as you can keep an open mind about maybe their behavior sometimes doesn't match. I feel like they're still in the healing process. And then we have this could be the one. So, I mean, generally, I feel like if this person isn't completely negative and draining, you know, this could be a good connection to hold on to. It could go somewhere. It's not quite, I think, to like any love stages there, but I think it has a good beginning going on. You know, the good potential, I think. But anyways, that's what I'm getting for you, pile number 4. I hope that helps you in some way. If it resonates, let me know. And as always, thank you guys very much for being here, for listening all this way through, you know, to the end of the reading. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.